Big live stream, guys. Live stream Monday, first day of school. Kids are in school. Ford's taking something out of school and bringing it to the public right now. They've been working on it behind the scenes. I'm technically under embargo. That will end at 10:30, but this live stream starts at 10:20. Thank you guys for stopping in. I think there's a good handful of you in the chat. Go ahead and say down below where you're stopping in from. Some people say Denton, Texas, California, good old San Antonio, where they make a couple Toyota body on frame trucks. How's everyone doing? New Taurus? Could be the Ranchero. We'll see. We'll see. Gary liked the Sonata review. That car is a good time. Louisville, we might be talking about Louisville here in a little bit, Mr. Michael. Mesa, Arizona, another Michael. Newmarket, Ontario. Glad my Canadian friends are stopping in. Toronto, no tariffs on this live stream, guys. St. Lucie County, it's right up the street. Ottawa, what's up, Eric? Raging Cajun, a Cajun in Ottawa. That's cool. New car will be called Lemonade. Oh, man. Taking shots already. Philadelphia. South Carolina. Tempe. Yeah, I wish I could share more on the Prelude, Christian. I wish I could. I wish I could. I can't say anything. My lips are sealed for a while on that thing. Carson, Lincoln, Alabama. That's where they make some Honda products. ST, also from Ottawa. Detroit, Michigan. Intern for Ford a few months ago. Congratulations, Aero Racer. But that was a great learning experience. DC. Oh, man, we got another countdown. We can't have too many countdowns. What are my predictions? Well, I can't say because I know what Ford is talking about today. Hopefully they can give me some more surprises, but I doubt it. All right. We got some Reston, Virginia. Bronco V8. No, it's not going to be Bronco. Not that I'm aware of.
It began with a radical idea to build a car for everyone, offering unprecedented mobility at an unprecedented price. The Model T put the world on wheels. We pioneered the moving assembly line to make it easier to build and streamlined raw materials supplied to meet demand. It was a defining moment, not just for Ford, but for a generation on the move. But it didn't come from a single eureka moment. It was the quiet power of an engineering mindset, an unwavering drive for simplicity, radically fewer parts, a relentless focus on reducing weight. One chassis, many body styles. Car ownership became a reality for millions, creating a loop of affordability and access at a scale the world had never seen. And now, inspired by the Model T, another revolution is taking shape with the same transformative spirit. A platform founded on relentless efficiency, radical simplification, and flexibility. A vehicle assembled in a reimagined factory with bold design, more space, endless configurability, and an entirely new digital experience. Priced for possibility, easy to own, low maintenance, and fun to drive. And it starts right here in Louisville, where for 70 years we've built with passion, craft, ingenuity, and care. From Kentucky to the world. A new chapter starts now.
Are you guys amped or what?
Please
Let's
welcome
go.
Ford Motor Company President and CEO, Jim Farley.
The low cost of $90,000.
How awesome was that to have Mitch and Pat, coaches? I'm so excited about today. We've been waiting 3 years for this moment. So thanks for everyone for being here, for all of you on the live stream. It's great to be here in Kentucky. This is home away from home, and you could debate whether it's Wildcat country or Cardinal country, but the one thing that we all have in common, it is Ford country.
America.
Let me get serious for a moment. In our careers as automobile people, we're lucky if we get to work on one, maybe two projects to really change the face of our industry. And I believe today is going to light the match as one of those projects for all of us here. We finally get to tell what we've been working on for 3 years behind the doors. We call this the Ford Universal Electric Vehicle Platform. It represents the most radical change on how we design.
You see the
and how we
Louisville
build
mascots back
vehicles at
here?
Ford since the Model T. And I'm especially pleased to announce that the first vehicle off this new platform will be a mid-sized truck built right here at Louisville and will reach customers in 2027. Now, the automotive industry in America is at a crossroads. We're at a crossroads about new technology and about new competition from everywhere. We saw this coming for years. We knew that the Chinese would be the major player for us globally. Companies like BYD, new startups from around the world. Big technology has their ambition in the auto space. They're all coming for us, legacy automotive companies. We needed a radical approach and a really tough challenge to create an affordable vehicle that delights customers in every way that matters. Design and innovation, flexibility, interior space, driving pleasure, and lower cost of ownership. But we need to do it and be sustainable and make money. And we need to do it with American workers. We looked at the past for innovation. We looked at the Model T and the flathead V8 that Mr. Ford installed in our cars in '32. These were times when Ford broke with tradition and broke the rules. And we made a leap forward. So back 3 years ago, we did something that no one really saw. We empowered a tiny skunkworks group of people in California, a tenth of the normal people we would hire to do this kind of work, 3 time zones away from Detroit. And we gave them the keys to the kingdom. We tore up the moving assembly line that you see here today, and we came up with a brand new concept, a brand new vehicle, and a better way of making a car after 122 years. We found a path to be the first automaker in the United States to make prismatic LFP battery cells here in the U.S. and not importing them from overseas.
Aren't they made in conjunction with CATL, the biggest battery manufacturer out of China?
You are right. We will spend $2 billion here in Louisville modernizing this plant. And that's 2,200 hourly workers that have a future for decades to come. And we didn't stop there. We built a Blue Oval Battery Park in Michigan. We spent $3 billion building a brand new battery plant and almost 2,000 new jobs for those people. That's $5 billion.
Yeah, that's with CATL.
And 4,000 American jobs. And what do our competitors do? They build their affordable vehicles in South Korea and Japan, and they import them. But not us at Ford.
What?
We made a big bet on our country and we made a huge bet on the
Does he
state
not
and the
import them
Commonwealth
from
of Kentucky.
Mexico? Come on, bro.
Now, why do I say bet? That's an intentional word, because there are no guarantees with this project. We're doing so many new things, I can't tell you with 100% certainty that this will all go just right. It is a bet. There is risk. The automotive industry has a graveyard littered with affordable vehicles that were launched in our country with all good intentions. And they fizzled out with idle plants, laid off workers, and red ink. And at Ford, 3 years ago, we set out to break that cycle. No more compliance cars, no more loss leaders that require a big check from the company to make. We're talking about a vehicle that can sustain itself, have strong profits, so all of our workers and the community here has actually a sustainable future. We could have followed and packed up our bags and moved this kind of project to South Korea or Japan or somewhere else for lower cost labor, currency advantages, low cost suppliers, but that is not the way we do things at Ford. We took on the challenge many others have stopped doing. We're taking the fight to our competition, including the Chinese, with teams across the United States, designers from California, engineers from Michigan, American workers right here in Louisville. And after 40 years in the industry, I could tell you, for too long, legacy automakers played it safe. It wasn't always that way, you know. The beginning of our industry, do you know steam and electricity and gasoline were a third of sales? There was no clear winner on the technology side. It was up for grabs, but two things happened. We found oil in West Texas, and Henry Ford came out with the Model T, and it was game over. The internal combustion engine took off. The Model T became the true first universal car. It was affordable, it was adaptable, like this beautiful pickup truck from the Kentucky Farm Bureau. I mean, it came in different body styles. You could put rail car wheels on it. You could use it as a sawmill. It changed society, and if you had a wrench and some common sense, you could even fix it. Now is time to change the game once again. The new pickup built here in Louisville is going to cure a lot of problems, like all those generic two-row crossovers that dominate our industry. So I want you to close your eyes metaphorically and think about a product.
Closing my eyes, Jim.
This new truck, based on this universal platform, are going to be more spacious inside than the RAV4, the best-selling car in the United States. But it will have a frunk, and it will have a whole pickup truck bed behind it. No one has seen this kind of flexibility. Tons of room for 5 adults, bikes, surfboards, work equipment, whatever you need. You don't have to put it on the top. You don't have to put it on a tow hitch. It's all in the vehicle. It will be faster than our Mustang twin turbo. It will be fully connected with a brand new digital experience no one's seen in our country. It will offer, for the first time, fast charging. It will have amazing range. It can power your house for 6 days.
Oh, that's new information.
You don't need a generator. You just buy this truck. And we're going to start the vehicle at $30,000.
Guys, it won't be coming out till 2027. So is it really going to be $30,000? I'm always going to pump the brakes when manufacturers come out with
Just
a price.
like old Henry, our idea is that the people who work here at Louisville will be able to buy this car and spend money on other things they love, like vacations and their home and their kids' education. We'll eventually make multiple body styles for work and play. And Doug and Bryce are going to tell you more about actually how we did that. Our goal, again, was to put an affordable, unbelievably great product within reach of millions
Thanks,
of Americans.
Django Bango, for the $5
built in the US
$5
by
holla.
US workers and not be imported. Why hasn't anyone done that? because it's really, really hard. And it's now time to write that next future and chapter for Ford.
Yeah, the twin turbo Mustang he's talking
all I
about.
have to say is, let's go Louisville. Come on.
He's talking about the EcoBoost 4-cylinder. That does 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds, sometimes less depending on the situation. So,
bigger than Ford Motor Company. This project is about our country. Look, I couldn't be more proud of all of you. Thank you for being here to share this special moment. But this is the beginning of the moment. This is not the end. We have a lot of work to do. And I'm so honored today to be joined by the First Lady of Kentucky, Brittany Bashir. And oh, by the way, she brought, thank you for being here. And by the way, she also brought her husband. He's a man who knows something about building a future. He's a strong partner for us here in Kentucky. He's done amazing jobs for your state and Commonwealth. He's helped to transform Ford. It is my honor.
It's not a twin turbo, right? It's a twin
leader of
scroll.
our country, born right here in Louisville, Governor Andy Bashir.
Single turbo. I don't think I've ever driven a I've never driven a 4-cylinder Mustang.
Hello, everyone.
To me,
what an exciting day for Kentucky.
It's just a rental car, man. Just give me the V8, buddy.
Another historic milestone with Ford Motor Company. Today, Ford Motor Company and Team Kentucky are introducing the world to the future of automotive production. Just like Henry Ford entrusted Kentucky to build his Model T a century ago, today, Jim Farley and Chairman Bill Ford are putting that same trust in us once again. Folks, nearly $2 billion is being invested in Louisville, Kentucky. That investment is going to transform the Louisville assembly plant.
I don't think they're going to show a vehicle. In my press deck, I got no images of a vehicle.
Platform. This cutting-edge platform will be the foundation for the next generation of vehicles.
When politicians talk, why do I want to vomit?
These vehicles will be affordable. They're going to help so many American families keep more money in their pockets for groceries, medicine, school supplies, and yes, even that family vacation. This is a massive investment in our Commonwealth. Even more important, it's securing an incredible 2,200 full-time jobs for our people. After decades of rumors about the future of LAP, today, the news has arrived. Jobs will be here in this plant in Kentucky for generations to come. Current Ford employees, kids, and grandkids will have an opportunity to work right here at the Louisville Assembly Plant one day. This partnership between our state and Ford has continued for decades because in Kentucky, we know how to get the job done. And since I became governor, this relationship has only strengthened. Throughout our history, Ford and Kentucky have announced 22 projects totaling
the largest
$14.8
manufacturing plant for Toyota in the world is in Kentucky.
Together, we've created more than 16,000 jobs. And folks, over half of that investment, $8.4 billion, has come since I've become governor, and we've added 5,500 new jobs for our people. That includes the single largest economic and jobs announcement in Kentucky history, where Ford and SK On are creating one of the biggest EV battery plants on earth in Hardin County. From the start, we knew this was an investment so bold and so big it could create its own gravity as more companies work to be a part of the EV supply chain in Kentucky. Now, $13.1 billion in EV investments later from companies across the globe, we know that Kentucky has become the EV battery production capital of the United States of America. For most companies and most states, that'd be enough for, say, a decade or maybe more. But Ford isn't most companies, and Kentucky ain't your average place to do business. Together, we've rolled out some of Ford's most important vehicles, the Model T, the Ford F-Series Super Duty truck, a day so exciting we even proclaimed September 27th, 2022 as Kentucky Day in the Commonwealth. Yes, it was so big, they convinced me to do that. The Lincoln Navigator, the Ford Expedition, and they're all built Ford tough by our tough and talented Kentucky workforce. Let's hear it for
the Ford
all these
Escape is
Kentucky
escaping
workers
production
that
there,
help drive
that's for
Ford.
sure.
Today, Ford is again showing that Kentucky not only builds the toughest vehicles, but we're also the best place for the highest technology and the
You're not
most
gonna
advanced
see it.
manufacturing
They don't.
on planet
I
Earth.
mean, I
And
believe
that trust
dealers.
in our workforce.
Like, I know
is
you guys.
why we're
I know.
seeing so
Gosh, this guy's. I just feel like I'm getting yelled at. There was no truck images in the press release, and there weren't any major images, anything exterior, interior. Is this kind of selling the platform in the press release? So I don't think you're going to see a teaser. I could be wrong. I know dealers have seen a sneak peek to some sort of prototype. They even show, like, in Ford's press deck, they showed a handful of workers at this Louisville plant, a prototype, but they don't show what the prototype is. They just show people looking at a prototype, which the camera, of course, is looking at the people, not the prototype. So people have seen it. Dealers, workers, obviously, there's trucks out there. There's other prototypes. We just don't know what they are.
Unprecedented economic success. It takes a lot of guts and a lot of trust
God, man.
to make these types of
I'll
generational investments.
I'll keep this guy on
I
low.
want to thank every single Ford employee who has been there for us.
Yeah, exactly. When things will change by 2027, and 30 grand can turn into 40 grand.
Big thanks
Anytime you launch a new
to
vehicle,
workers who are here with us today.
you know,
building a better Commonwealth.
is there going to be a huge demand for it? If there is a big demand, initial buyers aren't paying 30K. They get the early adopters tax.
Manufacturing and more. Think about it. Ford is literally putting its future in your hands. So let's give all these workers one more big round of applause. Today is a historic day for our Commonwealth and this great, iconic American company.
Not including the batteries,
Kentucky and
30K.
Ford are bringing the
That's a
future
good
of
one.
the EV industry to
That's
this
what
world.
doesn't
Folks,
Neo
I
do
love
that,
our
or they
company.
used to do that
I love our
in
country.
China?
And today is a big day for all of
I
us.
think,
no left, no right, no red,
VinFast
no
wanted to do
no
that,
Democrat,
and
no Republican.
that didn't
Just
work
an
out.
Amazing announcement for Kentucky and the United States of America. So thank you. God bless all of you. What a day. And next, we're going to hear from Doug Field, Ford's EV Chief of Digital and Design. Thank you all very
Okay,
much.
that would be more interesting than listening to the governor.
Thank you, Governor Beshear, not only for joining us at this event, but all of the incredible things you've done to support Ford Motor Company. Thank you.
Excuse me.
We are so excited to show you what we've done here. It's a peek into the future. It's been really hard to remain quiet, but it's also really
Yeah, that's the thing.
special for me to be here.
When you tease a car many years out in advance, okay, so you hype it up, and then people lose interest by the time it is available. And I mean, it's just read into Cybertruck. Everything that Cybertruck did, you want to avoid. And Ford is doing a little bit Cybertruck here.
Figure out how we could combine the innovation of the startups like Tesla and Rivian with the industrial might and the storied 122 history of Ford. And this quote here from Henry Ford was our constant inspiration. The Model T was affordable not because it was a thrifted version of other cars that were out there. It was the result of brilliant minds taking fundamentally new approaches to old problems.
The Prelude, Jacob,
We
yeah,
had to do the same thing.
it's getting there with the
So we
Prelude.
started very small. We hired a person named Alan Clark, who you'll see on video. And we started to build a very small team around that, handpicked talent, the best from outside of Ford, the best from inside of Ford. We looked for people who were not only the best in their field, but that also had been dying for a chance to challenge convention. And we ran the team differently. It had a fraction of the typical oversight and much lower numbers of people. We didn't allow people who needed to be managed on the program. We wanted leaders. Every member was expected to understand how their work affected the entire work and to prioritize the total cost and to prioritize the way it was built here. For example, in our old systems, a chassis engineer might be actually penalized for spending an extra $5 on brakes. And in cases like this project, that $5 could have saved us $20 in batteries, $25.
It's not 30K without the battery. That's all in cost, in theory.
Worked that way constantly and
They're not
tirelessly.
separating the battery.
One of our mantras was simple. It was, the best part is no part. So we locked the doors. We kept the project secret to shield it from well-intended, but sometimes disruptive corporate oversight. Even Jim would joke that he wasn't sure his badge worked on the building. And we gave the team access to everything that Ford offers, but we also gave them the permission to question everything, from old obsolete requirements to actually having to use a brand new computer-aided design system. So the engineers could see their part every day at the beginning of the day in the entire assembly. So they could keep system thinking. So to ensure focus, we also made sure the entire team was in one building in California. The designers, the aerodynamicists, the people doing the manufacturing work, and decisions were made really quickly, either by Alan in a bi-weekly review that I had, or straight to Jim to make the final call. And we wouldn't have gotten this far with this much innovation otherwise. On the topic of efficiency, the same obsession with efficiency goes across every part to make the whole. So we can actually compare to
They do have a hybrid in the Maverick and the F-150. So I feel like, and from Ford's perspective, they're like, oh, we got that figured out. But, you know, they know that the Chinese are building better cars. But the thing is, Chinese aren't allowed into our country. So it's a different playing field. So they're trying to come out with like a Chinese competitive EV, which maybe it succeeds. I don't know. Time will tell. But yeah, like EV demand is plateaued right now for the most part. And then the lack of tax credit's not going to help. This truck is not getting a tax credit. So 30K minimum is where it starts. It's like you can buy Maverick for less than that. Okay. You don't have to, there's no range limitations. You don't have to worry about charging it. You get 40 miles a gallon. What's wrong with a Maverick? Maverick Hybrid, one of the best cars in the world.
Is necessary.
Why can't they find a way to make the Maverick cheaper? How about that? Like, it keeps getting more expensive. How about you find a way to make 500,000 Mavericks a year? I bet there could be a market of it if the price is right. No, they're just like, hey, we're building all these battery plants in the hope that people are going to be interested in a BEV pickup truck. Don't know. We don't know what kind of production capacity they're going to have for this model or models, right? It's a whole new platform, but it's starting with the truck in supposedly 2027.
Traditionally, all the way back to the Model T, vehicles are built on an assembly line. It's one straight line, and you just bring all the parts of the car, and the line continues to move. Been around assembly lines for 21 years, and they're built the exact same way, and the same problems are always
This isn't
there.
going to have...
For me,
this is not a platform that can support hybrids and PHEVs. It's gigacasted, front, middle, and rear.
Nothing else is ever going to change. There were tons of doubts. Teams would come back and say,
More than
"You're
likely,
gonna
it's,
fail here,
I mean,
you're gonna
unless
fail there, you're gonna fail
something
here."
surprises me, I don't
We
think
came
it'll
up
be
with the Ford
anything
Fusion.
other than
So the
BEV. It's
EV
totally
production
software
system.
defined.
So it's more of a a tree formation, so breaking up the vehicle into 3 different sub-assembly lines in parallel. And what that's actually doing is shrinking the overall time to go from start to finish with fewer stations and coming together seamlessly. And because of those
Corporate welfare will never go away.
There's no obstruction. You have now
As long as there's
access
government.
where typically we would be reaching in through the door, twist, turn in order to install parts. Now everything is right in front of you. Unit castings are very important to this architecture. We can have one large casting as one process, saving time, weight, and cost.
This gives you a once-in-a-generation opportunity to architect an entirely new platform with an entirely new powertrain and lower cost for our customer.
That saw this as more than an experiment. They saw it as an opportunity to make their mark in automotive.
The biggest factor that affects the cost of an electric vehicle is batteries, but reducing...
Mavic Hybrid has an eCVT. It's indestructible. It cannot be broken. Just from a driver's perspective, yeah, and it's not rowing through a gears like a traditional auto, but it can't break. So it is more efficient and it is more durable than any transmission.
This really allows for a much better fun-to-drive experience for the customer.
The battery, the drive units, and everything are so much smaller that for the same size outside, you actually get more space on the inside of the vehicle. You can put the powertrain in the front or the back. So as a result, we could give the customer more legroom, more headroom, and ultimately makes a better vehicle. Developing this affordable EV architecture has been the biggest challenge of my career, but also give us the profound opportunity to really set Ford up for success in the next 120 years.
Such a great team. So to pull this off, we had to make a lot of new investments. The unit casting process that you saw, that giant, massive piece of aluminum, comes from very new machines and new processes. But when you build a vehicle that way, if you just look at the body and compare it to a traditional pickup, 3/4 of the parts are gone. It has 1/4 of the parts. 2/3 of the welds are gone, for those of you who run the body shop, and half of the fasteners are gone. But we didn't stop with the body. In the electrical system, compared to typical Gen 1 electric SUVs, the team removed 4,000 feet of wiring. Over 3/4 of a mile of wiring is gone. And the disruption to how we build this whole vehicle is every bit important to us as the product itself. You saw the straight, singular assembly line. When we now build this in the tree with the 3 pieces and bring them together, everything is going to change. If we can pull this off, you will never put an instrument panel or a seat through a door opening again.
Yay. That's great.
And this way of building a vehicle, we're confident, is the first time anyone's done this anywhere in the world. So this will be a very special place. Now, you might be wondering why we decided that our universal vehicle should be an EV. It enabled a lot of the revolution you're going to see in the assembly, but we also believe EVs are the best product, by far, for the customers we're going after. You charge it at home, it's always ready in the morning, and you never visit a gas station. It's a really surprising experience once you own one. Incredibly low maintenance, and it's really, really fun. In this vehicle, we have a really low center of gravity from the battery, instant torque from the electric motors, obsessive chassis engineering by our Ford team, and it will be unbelievable to drive. And it's more than a truck. As Jim mentioned, it's a mobile power plant. Outlets in the back can give you high power and let you plug in anything from tools to a refrigerator, and it can provide backup power for your home. And over the time that you own this vehicle, it's affordable at the beginning, but it also beats the cost of ownership, even if you were to go buy a 3-year-old Tesla Model Y. And you should look it up, those are pretty cheap. We haven't even started to get into the innovation in the interior and the digital space. The ground-up zonal architecture that we'll talk about, it doesn't just cut those 4,000 feet of wires out. It's going to have features that the industry has never seen. It'll start with things like Blue Cruise, which customers
It'll be
are
a
already
slight
really
rival
finding
for entry
transformative for their daily
prices,
travel.
but it will be more expensive. It's a bigger vehicle than the Slate, and I expect it to have more range. Slate's like 150 to 200 miles of range, something like that.
But unfortunately, you're going to have to wait for that chapter. I don't think there's many legacy car companies that could possibly pull off a project like this. It's why I'm here. And I don't think that the new EV startups will be able to keep up with the kind of innovation that you're seeing in manufacturing and how they can actually turn this into a reality. But new ideas are easy. Innovation is actually delivering ideas and delivering those ideas in a way that millions can access them. As Jim said, success is not guaranteed. When you take these kinds of risks, you sign up for a whole hell of a lot of work, and we're going to need all of your help. But I know Ford is the company that can and will pull this off. So next up, I'd like to invite UAW Vice President and Director of the Ford Department, Laura Dickerson.
It's going to get more
Please
political,
welcome.
guys. We already had the governor. Now we're getting UAW up on the screen. Can I turn captions on? Oh, there is a captions button. There you go.
Vice President and Director of the UAW's Ford Department. I'm here today with my good friend, Director Tim Smith, UAW Region 8 Director Tim Smith. Louisville Assembly Plant has a proud history, assembling a number of vehicles since opening in 19.
They did a live event and a press release. No, they don't have solid-state batteries. And I'm not expecting these LFP batteries to charge that fast either.
And the UAW and Ford are working together on the future of this plant. I'm pleased to introduce.
No, they're not going to show us a truck. They're not going to show us anything. It's just kind of like the truck's not coming out for 2 years minimum. So they got nothing to show.
Please help me welcome Bryce Curry, Vice President of America's Manufacturing for Ford. And it is my honor to welcome Brandon Reisinger, UAW Chairperson, Louisville Assembly Plant. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Woo! Everybody having a good day?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Bryce, let's do it.
Congratulations on the new role. Also, a shout out to Chuck Browning on his retirement and the years of service that he did to all of the members. It's an exciting day here in Louisville. In Ford manufacturing, we live and breathe continuous improvement every day. We call it
Kaizen.
Sometimes you need to take a dramatic leap forward. You add to the continuous improvement and you go bigger and bigger. And that's what
they took a page out of the Japanese manufacturing process.
Here, straight from the ground
Don't
up.
be so pessimistic. I'm so optimistic, man. What are you talking about?
And you're going to see some of the things here that are going to really change the game. All of the things that you haven't liked that have caused problems. And we always
I wonder what the Chinese manufacturers, the Chinese are sitting in their offices or factories right now streaming this, and they're like, this is a joke. Or they're thinking, wow, maybe Ford's finally waking up. What do you think they're saying? What do you think they're saying?
Simply completely different. As you saw, we're going to build this in a tree formation where the modules are coming in, which keeps, as Kevin said on the video, completely open. The vehicle will arrive in front of you with all of the components in the right orientation, the scanners, the power tools, the screens, built right there as you move it on forward.
Everyone uses lean manufacturing.
Stock it all in back, so you don't have to worry about reaching. If you look at it, there's less twisting, turning, bending. because that's the foundation on safety is our people. And that also then helps on our quality and our costs. Think of this. 84% less 24-inch reaches over the front fender or elsewhere, gone. Okay? 63% less ingress getting into the vehicle, both from a safety and from a quality standpoint. That's been designed out.
Okay.
Reaching above the 5 foot.
They're just talking about manufacturing, which is good. It's going to get easier for them. But I don't think they'll need as many workers assembling these vehicles because they're simpler. All right. So step one is this EV pickup truck, Ford Edge looking thing, Ford Transit, or you could say, apparently Ford's working on like a Maverick based minivan. So we'll see. Ford Escape looking thing, Ford Fiesta crossover. I don't know what a subcompact Ford EV crossover would be called. EV Explorer, and then a passenger minivan. So that's the only things they've showed. Doesn't mean they're going to make them. It just means, hey, we can make those.
Level of automation within all of Ford globally. And it means now that we'll, on a net, be 15 to 20% faster on producing, and you're already pretty fast. The complexity now that Doug talked about is something that's really great, because if you don't have the part, you can't make one that has wrong. You can reduce the cost. So 20% fewer parts, 50% fewer cooling hoses and hose connections. They're gone. Pop clamps. Everybody love pop clamps? Gone. They're all quick connects now. Better quality, better ergo, better cost. That's a big deal.
That's where Chinese vehicles are right now.
It adds up.
They're
and
like,
it ties to the Ford production system of respect for people.
they're going to be about 5 years behind Chinese cars, but Chinese cars aren't allowed to be sold here.
So you can focus on the quality and the processing. We've reduced the workstations, as I said, and we're making the workstations in a much more efficient way, dock to dock, so we can get it to the customer faster. The partnership of you and your ideas are going to continue to be needed because, as Doug said, it's going to be hard. But it's going to be something that's rewarding, and we're going to keep learning and learning because we've got the best innovative ideas out there from all of you. And Brandon and I are going to work that together to the next.
Guys, we're proud of what we do here at Louisville Assembly Plant, right? So I'm excited to be a part of this future.
That's a late
I hope
response.
that you guys are excited to be a part of this as well. This is a grand, innovative idea here that's going to push us into the future. It's going to be great. It's clear that this product and the plant is going to be designed more around the employees. Ergonomics has been taken into it a whole lot more. We should have a healthier workforce, should be able to go home to your families and not be sore at the end of the day, which is going to be great. With this new product comes new opportunities for employees as well. Our skilled trades employees are going to work throughout the retool. They're going to be learning and training on the new equipment that's coming in the building. Our production employees are going to spend time learning the systems and a better way of working. There's going to be all new jobs and a lot of training with those as well. So we've got a lot of good stuff coming to us. I'm going to turn it back over to Bryce.
Yeah, no, we're excited. I mean, training is the core. We're going to be doing it with respect to the skilled trades. With respect to our assembly, we're going to be using virtual reality and real-life training. So there's a lot of investment going on here because we've got to learn this new manufacturing approach, and we've got to perfect it. What we want to do is make sure that we're the most efficient, best quality plant out in the market, coming from here, from Louisville. And we also know that the only way to truly get there from a high-tech product and a high-tech plant is we have to also invest in the digital infrastructure here. So this infrastructure that's going to be at Louisville will be the fastest globally of any of our Ford plants, meaning we can do quality checks, we can do things that with the AI that you're already using today to improve the quality, which you've done
more
a
about the
tremendous job
plant
this year.
than
Thank
it
you.
is the car
Goes to
right
the
now.
next level with what we're going to put in here.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay? So we're excited, working together. This is a big deal, and the partnership that we're going for.
This new product and the investment means a lot to us here in Louisville. This truck will be another signature vehicle here in Kentucky. I can't wait to get it started, and I hope you guys are excited about it as well. As you all know, when we have a thriving plant, we can help build thriving communities.
So this is one of the reasons I came to Ford. I've been with Ford 2.5 years. My wife's family's 4th generation. Ford gives back. They give back to the communities, they help change the world, and they invest in the U.S. Since 2020, here in Kentucky, Ford and its employees have donated over $8 million and over 10,000 hours in the local community right here. And that doesn't include our 48 dealers and their 2,300
bring back
people.
the Crown
So
Vic.
this is where it goes.
I wish.
And the next chapter of our journey begins right here today in Louisville. Brandon, thank you so much for coming out here in Louisville. We're going to get there. So, to help me wrap the program, I'd like to invite a very talented Louisville Assembly plant employee. She works on the trim line. She's been recognized for living out what we call our Ford OS behaviors. You can tell it by her disposition, but everybody calls her Sunshine. Please join me in welcoming Sandra Hanley to the stage.
Wait, there's someone in the comments.
Good morning, LAP.
There's someone in the comments named Sunshine.
Morning. I'm proud to have
Is
been a
Sunshine
Ford employee
talking
for
right now on the
18
live
years.
stream?
So many of us have dedicated our careers to Ford and Louisville Assembly Plant.
What's
this
happening?
Is family. And let me tell you, we are ready for the challenge. Right, team?
Hey, I know we can count on you. I know we can count on all of you out there to get to the level we need to be. But one of the things, Sunshine, you got to sneak peek. We sent you out to California with some of your colleagues to take a look at the vehicle, meet with the engineering and the manufacturing team. What'd you learn out there?
Well, I did get a sneak peek, Bryce. And I can't wait for the day when everybody in the plant can see the
Oh,
truck.
God, we can
and
see?
we can show
Told
the
ya.
world.
I told
Until
ya.
then, I'll say this.
People have seen it.
When the engineers created this truck and the production system, they were clearly thinking about us, the operators, and that includes me. Let's wrap up today by hearing from a few other members of the team and their first impression of the vehicle and the new platform.
Love the synth music.
They call
Okay.
me Sunshine in the plant.
Been employed with 30 years, second generation of Louisville Assembly Plant.
I hired in 2019.
The next products that Ford make on this platform are lower cost and better for our customer.
Traditionally, it's an assembly line. This is more like an assembly tree. Everything is less wires, less travels of A to B, and then this wiring is going to get a lot smaller.
Wow.
In trim, all of the parts are inside the vehicle.
If we make the vehicle easier, better to build, I think it's going to help us retain employees.
So the stuff you saw on the PowerPoint before exists. It's here. You can touch it. You can feel it.
That is the size of the main body and wire harness.
Wow.
And it is not needed with a hoist
This is
to pick it up.
all you're going to get for the vehicle.
To then move
They
it.
show these people looking at it. You're not going to see
have undergone design
the interior.
optimizations to make things easier
You're not
to
going to see the
assemble.
exterior.
The front clip. When you tie this all up, things are right in front of you. You need to make an electrical connection right there in front of you.
That's amazing.
Right.
When it came to the ergonomics, I've been there for 25 years and I've never seen anything like it.
This is the weight of this part.
Oh, that's a new one? Wow. Right.
It's
The other part of it too that we've seen is the middle, right? Which is the battery.
It's a lot easier to put the seats
when are we going to see this
It's
truck?
gonna take so much stress off my body. I cannot wait. I never thought it could be made better, but it did.
We couldn't have you guys come all the way
LA
here.
Auto Show would be the earliest, probably, or the Detroit Auto Show.
Oh my God. Oh, wow.
I don't know.
It's not
And it could be delayed, guys. It could be delayed. We're seeing, and I don't, here's the thing. I don't know if all of this Louisville plant is going to be switched over to an EV plant. If they do that, I don't know how long that's going to take. Look at the Marysville, Ohio plant for Honda. They're just trying to make it flexible so they can build EVs there with gas cars and hybrids. And it's taken a long time. Okay? It doesn't happen overnight. These plants are huge and the machines are huge, and to organize different ways to build vehicles at the same time is a monumental task. So, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Today. We have a lot of work to do. This is the right team to do it. I am super confident. I'm so excited. So let's get ready and let's bring it forward. Well done, Louisville.
Okay, I think that was it. That was it. That was it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out for the live stream. I go over more detail in my individual video, where I go over the entire press release, essentially, or at least then the important things. I think there's a lot of fluff in there, and a lot of it, like you guys saw, they focused on the manufacturing end and how it's going to benefit the local areas in Kentucky and Michigan where they're building the batteries, for example. So we'll see. We'll see. Is this investor baiting? Some of you might say that. No reveal. No, the reveal is saying, hey, we're building this truck in Louisville, software defined, LFP batteries, faster assembly process, and we're investing tons of money into this thing. But if they can get the price right, it all comes down to pricing, man. If they can get price right, it's going to be good. The problem is, if this truck came out 5 years ago with the EV tax credit, we're talking about something that could have actually made a difference. Will these Ford products made a difference? Well, if you look at the current EV demand and the EV to market here in the United States, if these vehicles were available now, I'm not sure how much of a difference they would make. 5 years ago, when EV demand was much higher and more incentives from the local government as well as the federal government, that Ford could have just destroyed Tesla's ambitions. But that's the thing, like Tesla's ambitions are not what they used to be. They're not as innovative as they used to be. They don't have new product, or the product they do have, people aren't into it. And then, Musk has his own host of issues with himself and the company. So, EVs in America, they're not, maybe in 2027, things will change. And some of you guys are saying, and maybe I can just put this on the screen, the comments, and I can read and hang out with you guys for a little bit. Some of you saying the solid state battery is the tipping point. And I think that's absolutely possible. I talk about in my standalone video talking about this Ford is like, it doesn't need to have that much range, in my opinion. And it doesn't need to have to charge that fast because, it's mainly just a city vehicle that you can charge at home overnight. All right. If you're buying a long range EV, none of them are long range enough due to the fact that they take forever to charge, and the lack of EV infrastructure makes it very inconvenient. So yes, I'll say batteries could fix that. Assuming you can charge at peak rate almost the entire time of charging the vehicle, and charging rates would, the time you would have to waste on a road trip would go down quite a bit. But, that's the thing. It's like, okay, you could have an EV for your daily driving. You'd have a plug-in hybrid for daily. There's just so many options right now. EVs are fantastic for city driving. The problem is they're just too expensive for being a do-it-all sort of vehicle. All right. They have compromises. And gas cars have compromises, but their compromises in general are a little bit less with refueling, time needed to refuel, Maintenance sucks more on gas cars, that's for sure, compared to an EV. So there are pros and cons, but I think the EV's biggest problem is not range. It's not charging times right now. Those are things that have to be fixed over time. The price and the cost of EVs is the barrier right now. If you could have something like a Nissan Leaf, which I will be driving the new one next month, so stay tuned for that. That'll probably start around $30,000, but again, no EV tax credit. But if you could get an affordable EV that starts around $20K and you could charge from home, then it would start moving the needle, I think. But time will tell. I don't need my earphones in anymore, thankfully. If you own a home, especially if 2 cars, 1 car should probably be an EV. They're so much nicer to live with, says Greg. I don't disagree with that. There's a lot of benefits if you have a backup option as a gas car. Yeah. Wow, you are doing live now, Kirk? It's 8 a.m. in California. Yeah, it's 11 here. I've been up since 5 a.m. my time, so 2 a.m. your time. Rivian has more issues than Nickelodeon actors. Oof. Yeah, that was an interesting documentary. What was that on? Was that Netflix? What the Nickelodeon documentary was on? This is not a Model T moment, says Bobby. Time will tell. Maybe they crush it. Maybe the truck's $30K, but they come out with that subcompact crossover and it's $23K. Highly doubt it, because I mean, when you're talking about something that's so modular and has the same makeup from one car to the next, it shouldn't cost that much more to go from a truck to a compact crossover to a 3-row crossover. In theory, in terms of production, it shouldn't cost that much more. But what does Ford charge for these things? What's, how profitable are they? Who knows? Invest in Aptera. I'd rather just ride a motorcycle at that point. If you guys don't know what Aptera is, they've been trying to come out forever now. Here we go. Here's Aptera. It's a 3-wheeler. Like, if you get hit in this thing, there's not much more protection there than a motorcycle, and it's not going to be that fun. But solar powered, this thing's creeping along at like 7 miles an hour. It would get like, if they made that, here's the thing, like, could you imagine like a small little hybrid in this? It would get like 800 miles to the gallon, and you could just fill up anywhere. You don't have to stop and charge it for 30 days on solar. You guys know what I mean? 40 miles solar per day. That's best case scenario if you're in the California desert. 400 miles of range for full charge. 0 to 60 in less than 6. That's pretty good. This thing, it just, they even make a tent option for it. This is the last vehicle I'd want to take off-road. Like, look at your ground clearance here, and you have 3 wheels. And is it triple drive, or is it rear wheel drive only? Or is it front wheel drive only? Like, I feel like this is one of the worst things you'd want to take off-road. So I love the idea of it. I'm all for innovation and trying something new, but the Aptera doesn't, just give me a Prius. Like, doesn't move the needle for me. All right, guys. I think I need to detach from you from my digital children, I guess. I don't know how weird that is. I'm going to detach for you guys and get back to my normal life. Live streaming is fun. I might do one this week with my friend David from Automotive Press. We've been trying to get together to co-op a lot. We both are very busy people. And maybe we'll do it Tuesday or Thursday. So either tomorrow or Thursday for a live stream. And I don't know whose channel is going to be on quite yet, my channel or David's. I'm not quite sure. So thank you guys for showing out. There's still 200 of you guys in the chat. Thank you for showing out. I know there was over 500 people at one point, you know, as we're all trying to like latch onto any nuggets from that Ford presentation. I know you guys would like me to go live more. I would like to go live more, but it's got to make sense. I only have so much time and I have a bunch of kids. So my time when I'm not working most of the time is with them. So, all right. Thank you guys. I'll catch you in the comments. Have a great day. Real quick, I'm getting another Murano this week for review, even though I reviewed one in February. It's just what I'm getting, just kind of falls on my lap and I say, okay, that's what I'm dealing, that's what I'm working with. So it'll be interesting to see if it's the same trim level or whatnot, if I have any other enlightening takes on it. I'm also getting a TRD Pro 4Runner, which I typically don't recommend because SR5 is the only one that makes sense from a financial point of view. The rest of them are too pricey. So I'll catch you guys in the comments of all the upcoming videos, and maybe I'll see you in a live stream later this week. I know you want to see the Grand Highlander LE. They don't exist. They don't. Finding any Grand Highlander, especially the hybrids out there, is almost difficult as you're going to get. So, all right. Thank you guys. I'll catch you later. Have a great day. Peace.